Okay, so we've covered quite a lot so far in the first section of the masterclass, a lot of the basics, all the sort of technical things that you need to get right in order to trade the markets. But now we're getting to the meat of the masterclass, if you like. We're now getting serious. We're now getting to the stage where we're going to start making you think like a professional trader. Now, we all know the statistics. Something like 95% of retail traders are actually failing in the markets, so we're led to believe. I don't actually know the true data, but certainly if you look at the broker websites here in the UK, under FCA regulation, they've got to basically identify the percentage of winning and losing customers. And I think it's normally about 80% that they divulge. I think 95 is more realistic. So that's all well and good. We are now going to get you into that top 10%, into that top 5%. We've got to get you thinking like a professional and let all the rookie traders donate their money to us. So in this part of the course, we're going to basically set out like a roadmap of what you need to be doing, what you need to be thinking about in order to get you to that end goal so that you can become that career trader, so that you can start to own your future, so that you can become a consistently profitable funded trader. So this is basically the roadmap that we are going to talk about in this part of the course. I'm going to start off by talking about the cycle of doom. The cycle of doom basically is something that I've been talking about now maybe for over 10, 12 years since I've been in the education space. It is, I think, possibly the number one reason why most traders are failing in the markets. What is the cycle of doom? Well, briefly put, it's basically how you have your strategy, you trade it, then it goes wrong, you start losing, and you tweak it, and then you make money, and then you tweak it again, it loses, you go to drawdown, you tweak it, and you end up just basically going around this perpetual cycle of tweaking, changing, and getting new strategies. It's very, very dangerous. Most traders are either in it, about to fall in it, or basically got consumed by it and given up on the dream. So we'll talk about the cycle of doom and what you can do to basically avoid it and to get out of it if you're already in it. Then we'll talk about the trading plan. We all heard in the past, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you're starting any business, and you're looking, say, for funding, you go to your bank, you say, I want to borrow money, I've got this new business idea. The guy's going to say, well, show us your plan, show us your business plan. You've got to have a plan. If you want to separate yourself from the rookie amateur traders to become a professional trader, you've got to plan. You've got to have a trade plan. And we're going to show you how you can create your trading plan for the trading industry. It's crucial that you have a plan. We're going to talk about the probabilities and law of large numbers. If every trader could take that on board, if they could think in probabilities and appreciate the law of large numbers, I think they are halfway there. I see traders out there walking down the street and I look over their shoulder. I can see them, trading the markets, on their phone, or they're looking at their trade positions as they're picking up their kids from school. Yeah, they're putting so much focus onto one trade. Trading is not about one trade. Trading is about the big pool of trades, the law of large numbers. We all have winning trades. We all have losing trades. Is what you do in those different circumstances that makes you a professional trader. We don't get freaked out when we have a few losing trades. It's all about the probabilities and the law of large numbers. We've got a whole lesson dedicated to just that. So I'm excited to deliver that to you. Then we're going to talk about risk management. As traders, we should always be looking to protect our account. If you can control risk, if you've got control of your risk management, then you are on a good footing to succeed in this business. So we're going to talk in detail about risk management and how you should be controlling risk on each trade and how you can basically magnify the exposure in trending markets and so forth. So we're going to talk about risk management in detail. We're also going to talk about compound interest. Albert Einstein once said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Those that understand it, they earn it. Those that don't, they pay it. I don't actually know if Albert Einstein said that. He's apparently said so many things in his time, he did a little else. But anyway, compound interest, it's crucial in growing our trading accounts. I'm going to show you, I'm going to explain to you in the lesson exactly how powerful it can be if you use it correctly. If you use it incorrectly, chances are your credit cards that you don't pay off every month. Well, then you know about compound interest. Your debt gets bigger and bigger and bigger because you're not paying it off every month. Then we'll talk about a very important section, and that's basically backtesting. Backtesting is crucial for your trading for a number of reasons, not only to understand if your trading strategy has an edge, but also to understand its characteristics, how it performs in certain circumstances. If you know what's coming, then it's not going to surprise you, and hopefully you won't have adverse reactions to it. So we'll talk about backtesting, the importance of it, of course, and how you can backtest efficiently. And then we'll talk about journaling. Journaling is so important in our trading. As I say, we all have losing trades. Losing trades is money going out of the account. That is fine. All happens to us all. But that money shouldn't be wasted. If we journal our winning trades and our losing trades, everything, the thought process, what got us into the trade, what got us out of the trade, how we're feeling at the time, then when we do our reviews, we can look and see what's working, what's not working, and we can basically work on our shortcomings. That's why journaling is so important. I'll introduce you to a tool that you can use to do your trade journaling, and that, again, will be really beneficial to you in your trading journey. So we've got a lot to get through in this part of the masterclass. So I want to just remind you of this. I talk about it all the time. This is the makeup of a professional trader. First off, psychology. It's crucial. It's absolutely the cornerstone of everything we do in our trading. That's why I put it here at the base of this pyramid. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about psychology in this masterclass. Then we've got the risk management. Well, we're going to cover that as well, as I've just alluded to. It's important, but it's not the most crucial. If you haven't got the psychology, you haven't got anything. And then, of course, you've got the strategy. Most people, most traders spend most of the time on the least most important part of trading. They spend most of the time trying to perfect a strategy, trying to find that strategy. We're going to drill this into you that it's not the most important thing. Of course, you need a strategy with an edge, but it's not the most important thing, and it shouldn't dominate most of your time. Remember that analogy of the three-legged stool? 3 legs to be stable, take one of the legs away, the stool topples over. Well, that is it. This is our three-legged stool. So I want to draw that into you throughout this masterclass. Okay, so we are going to get you to think like a professional trader. We're going to separate you from the rookies, the losers. You are now going to turn that page on your trading careers and start thinking like a professional trader. Be in that top 5%. Looking forward to this? I hope so.